the station that's on your side. News 12, first at 5, continues.
One of the largest events that comes to the CSRA is happening now in North Augusta. We'll have another live look at Peach Jam coming up in just a moment. But all eyes are on the radar this evening as the heat could cause thunderstorms that
it can kind of bottleneck there. Wheeler Road looking good in Augusta. Really not a whole lot going on. A lot of sunshine and a lot of heat. If you do encounter the rain, just be sure to turn on those lights.
All right, thanks, Chris. Happening now, Peach Jam underway in North Augusta. The country's best youth basketball players are going head-to-head and also bringing in millions of dollars to the surrounding area. News 12's Nick Velan is live at 5 in North Augusta with how locals are getting involved. Nick.
Yeah, well, you're absolutely right. You can see behind me all the players out back on the court, and you know Peach Jam is back. The best players in the area coming to North Augusta to show off their skills in front of recruits. And you can see the building outside right now. It's full of different colors, vibrant colors, as people know that Peach Jam is back, as they're as excited overall. But a main component of this is feeding these athletes. How athletes are getting fed twice a day. There's 1,700 athletes to feed, and that's what Terry Chavez is heading right now. Feeding 1,700 athletes twice a day, all underneath the court below me. And here's what she says, how she's able to do it.
They'll tell us, oh yeah, we remember y'all. And there's so many faces, it's almost hard to keep track, but we do. There's those certain ones that speak to us and remind us who they are, and you know, we love all of them. We're so glad they're here.
And Terry says that all the vibrant faces that she gets to see every single day is the reason why her and many other volunteers do what they do this whole entire week. And we'll have more from those volunteers coming up all new on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
All right, thanks, Nick. Sounds like a packed house there. We'll look forward to that update later on. Well, new data shows that nearly 1,000 more abortions were performed last year in South Carolina than the year before. It comes as the state Supreme Court has a decision that could significantly cut that number or potentially pave the way for it to keep growing this year. Our State House reporter Mary Green has the details.
The landscape concerning abortion access has drastically changed in the last year since the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, especially in the Southeast. That's reflected in a newly released report from DHEC, compiling South Carolina's 2022 abortion data. That report details more than 7,000 abortions were performed in South Carolina last year, up nearly 1,000 from the year before, and nearly 2,000 from 2 years prior. These 2022 numbers include a 7-week period between late June and mid-August, when most abortions in South Carolina were illegal after about 6 weeks of pregnancy, under a law that was later struck down by the state Supreme Court. But after August, when that former law was blocked and abortion became legal again through about 20 weeks into a pregnancy, the number of out-of-state residents seeking abortions in South Carolina climbed up. That was because neighboring states imposed tighter restrictions on abortion, and South Carolina's 20-week limit became one of the least restrictive limits in the Southeast. Data shows slightly more than half of all abortions performed in the state last year were at or before 6 weeks post-fertilization. That's a flip of what we saw the 2 years before that, when more than half of all abortions were performed between 7 and 13 weeks. This new report comes as the state Supreme Court is weighing whether a new law that bans most abortions after about 6 weeks into a pregnancy is constitutional. As the data shows, their decision will have a significant impact on whether legal abortions in South Carolina could be slashed in half, or whether South Carolina will remain an option for residents of other states seeking abortions. Most of North Carolina's new 12-week ban on abortion went into effect over this last weekend. South Carolina's other neighbor, Georgia, currently has a 6-week ban in place. Reporting from the South Carolina State House, I'm Mary Green.
The new DHEC report shows that about 60% of all abortions in South Carolina are performed on women in their 20s. That's in line with previous year's data. Well, missing sinks, ripped up ceilings, and mounting frustrations after repairs promised for Diamond Lakes in South Augusta are still unfinished. $850,000 was supposed to go towards fixing these issues by May, but it's now July, and some wonder why the delay. All new tonight on News 12 at 6 o'clock. Our Craig Allison hears from South Augustans who use the park and why they're frustrated. Well, there were several 4th of July events over the weekend, and there's plenty more to come. Tomorrow from 5 through 9:30 is Boom in the Park at Evanstown Center Park. There will be live music, food trucks, and free fun for the entire family. There will also be Augusta's Independence Day celebration at the Augusta Common tomorrow night from 5 through 10 p.m. with a kids zone and live entertainment as well. This is also free. And the Augusta Green Jackets welcoming in the second half of the season tomorrow against the Myrtle Beach Pelicans with a fireworks mega show at SRP Park. Tickets for that are still available. Well, check this out. Overall 4th of July events over the weekend, and there's plenty more to come. Tomorrow from 5 through 9:30 is Boom in the Park at Evanstown Center Park. There will be live music, food trucks, and free fun for the entire family. There will also be Augusta's Independence Day celebration at the Augusta Common tomorrow night from 5 through 10 p.m. with a kids zone and live entertainment as well. This is also free. And the Augusta Green Jackets welcoming in the second half of the season tomorrow against the Myrtle Beach Pelicans with a fireworks mega show at SRP Park. Tickets for that are still available. Well, check this out. Over the weekend, the Grovetown Police Department headed out and stepped up to help clean up some properties. They say it was extremely toasty, but they got the job done. They made stops on Woodward Drive and 2nd Avenue, giving the landscaping some attention with donated equipment. Grovetown Police say they're better as law enforcement officers than they are landscapers, but they gave it the good old college try. It's great to see them out there doing some community work, cleaning up some yards there. But we're on your side with what to look out for, and keep yourself safe in this nearly unbearable heat. That's coming up next. Chris.
And if you thought it seemed like a pretty normal day out there today weather-wise, you're absolutely right. The high today of 93 compares to the average of 94, but the morning low was a degree warmer than average, and that all evens out to exactly normal for this day. But it has been hot lately, and it's not going to cool off anytime soon. We'll take a look at your forecast coming up.
An open door reveals construction scaffolding, missing sinks, and even more issues that were supposed to be solved months ago. All new on News 12 at 6 o'clock. We'll be hearing from South Augusta on their frustrations about the restrooms at Diamond Lakes here still not being finished.
All night. If you were outside last night or this morning, chances are you got to see the red and glowing buck supermoon. Here's a look at the supermoon rising over Lake Superior last night. Technically, the full moon was at 7:38 this morning. Now, here's a photo of the supermoon rising last night, taken last night in Aiken by one of our viewers, Jennifer Elijah. Definitely a breathtaking sight there. We appreciate all the photos you guys send in. We're hoping things stay just as clear tonight and tomorrow as we approach the holiday. Chris?
Hopefully, that little bit of haze in the air is what gives the moon that orange hue, and it has looked rather large out there the past couple of nights. And of course, when we have a full moon, that means the moon rises at the same time the sun sets, and vice versa. So, yeah, the moon will be up early this evening, and you'll be able to see it early on for the most part as well, but there will be a few scattered thunderstorms out there this evening, tomorrow evening, and each evening really for the foreseeable future, and the heat isn't going anywhere either. If you'll be grilling out tonight, really for most of us, the weather will be fine. 7 o'clock temperatures in the upper 80s, but there is that 30% chance of thunderstorms basically until moonrise tonight, if you will, or also known as sunset at about 8:36. On the golf courses tomorrow, it will be hot out there, of course. 74 at 7 a.m. We're already at 90 degrees by noon. Afternoon temperatures in the low to mid-90s, and those scattered thunderstorms in the forecast. At the pool, it will be a hot one. Late afternoon temperatures around 94 degrees. West to northwest winds at 4 to 8. Evening temperatures, if you want to go for an evening swim, definitely hot. Still 93 degrees at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. It will be a hot one at the lake. The lake level nice and full. Full pool 330. We're about a half foot above that. and the water temperature up 2 degrees just since yesterday, now at 86. WRDW and I-20 camera looking pretty good out there. A lot of sunshine, literally a few very small cumulus clouds in the sky. Not enough to block out the sun. The temperature right now at the airport, 93. It feels like 99 at Augusta Regional Airport, but some of the area feels even hotter. 93, your current temperature in Waynesboro, over into Aiken. Some spots have cooled off a little bit. Now 90 degrees in Evans, back into Thompson. But when you factor in that humidity, 100 is what it feels like in Gibson. Still feels like 104 in Sandersville and 105 in Milledgeville. Maximum heat index values for the next few days will be up and over 100 degrees all the way through Saturday, probably even into Sunday and Monday of next week as well. A little bit of rain is trying to move in from the west, but right now our entire viewing area is dry. We'll keep an eye on this area of rain here. Nothing severe, and it is weakening a little bit, but it looks like a decent chance you may get a shower here in the next hour, hour and a half in Swainsboro. That moving into your area at about 7:30 tonight. Here it is on our computer model. There's an outside chance other showers will develop farther to the north as well, but any rain tonight will be gone by tomorrow morning. This is 1 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon. 92 degrees there in Thompson, 93 down in the Millen. Winds from the west, but by 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, scattered showers, a few embedded thunderstorms. That'll carry us until sunset tomorrow night. Notice there could still be a couple of showers, but I think most of us will be fine setting off the fireworks tomorrow night. Out there tonight, a 30% chance of an isolated storm. 75 your low in Allendale. Very, very muggy out there tonight. 95 your high tomorrow in Thompson over into Evans and down into Barnwell. Your chance of afternoon storms tomorrow at 40%. There is your 7-day forecast. That chance of rain goes up to 60%. Wednesday afternoon, the high temperature is still 92 degrees. We'll hold on to those 40 to 60% chances of rain all the way through early next week.
Thanks, Chris. As the weather gets warmer and people spend more time outside, the chances of people getting heat stroke increases. Last summer, Augusta resident Frank Martin was taking a walk along the Augusta Canal when he had a heat stroke.
I got a little bit more than lightheaded and short of breath, so I was having to stop, and it just got worse and worse.
And according to the CDC, an average of 702 people die every year from heat stroke. An average of more than 67,000 people visit the ER due to heat-related illnesses. The most dangerous form of heat-related illness is heat stroke. Now, heat stroke can be fatal. Augusta University professor Ballard says that if you start showing symptoms of heat stroke, you should start the cooling process immediately.
The way to save lives on that is start the cooling process as fast as possible. So if I had a little kid that I was worried about heat stroke on and I was near a river, I would literally grab them and just go dip them up to their neck, holding on to them, in the river, and let that cooling process start.
And symptoms of heat stroke include confusion, loss of consciousness, slurred speech, profuse sweating, and very high body temperature. If you begin to show any of these symptoms or notice anyone showing these symptoms, make sure to cool them down immediately. The city of Aiken also designating several cooling centers across the city for anyone who needs to get out of that heat. This includes Odell Weeks Recreation Center, the Smith Hazel Recreation Center, and the Leslie B. Price Senior and Youth Center. The hours for these cooling centers can be found on our website, wrdw.com. Well, how many times have you been on a road trip wondering, where is there anything or anywhere to eat? Well, coming up, we'll look at an app that will help you determine whether you're getting off at the right exit and what you need to know.
First alert rate.
Well, summer is a time for vacations, and if you're going to hit the highway for a trip, you probably have a lot of questions about what's on the way to your destination. Mainly, which exit should you get off for gas, food, or a hotel? Our consumer tech reporter, Jamie Tucker, has found an app with all of the answers.
iExit is one of my favorite travel apps. It tells you what's coming up on the highway. So if your family is hungry and you're always asking, what do you want to eat? What's up ahead? iExit will tell you. A favorite travel app for people who RV, iExit provides a look ahead. Now, I'm in the studio not moving, but if you're in the car, the iExit map is similar to other GPS maps. Say you're coming up on exit 22 and you want to grab lunch or get gas. iExit shows there's a Hardee's, Waffle House, Cracker Barrel, and a few other fast foods. You can get off here, but if you want more choices, you can see exit 28 has a lot more restaurants, including some local eateries. Plus, it shows if you should take a right or left off the interstate. iExit also links to Yelp reviews, which are dated so you'll know if the review is recent. iExit shows the best gas prices up ahead as well, and if you need a break for the night, you can find out which hotels are coming up. Like GasBuddy and Waze, iExit is crowdsourced information. iExit says fellow users leave over 350,000 updates each month. iExit is free with some ads, but if those bother you, you can support the app and remove the ads by paying $2. Not a monthly subscription, just $2 forever. It doesn't sell or trade personal information with third parties and earns its revenue from app downloads and advertisements. It's available for iPhone and Android devices. I'm Jamie Tucker, and iExit is the app of the day.
And the app can be distracting for drivers and is best used by someone in the passenger or the back seat. Well, the best youth basketball players from across the U.S. currently in North Augusta competing in Peach Jam. Our News 12 sports director Dan Booth live from Riverview Park to help set the scene for an amazing week of basketball action. Dan.
Will, Peach Jam is every high school basketball fan's dream. Between the competition, the atmosphere, and everyone, as you mentioned, all the best basketball players from across the country coming to North Augusta to show up and show out in front of all the NBA level talent and the stars that are here for this event. Now, on top of the NBA players that are here, you also have a lot of college scouts and college coaches. So all these players are playing for the chance to play at the next level and continue their futures. Now, our main local player in attendance this year is Grovetown's Darion Reed. According to ESPN, Reed is the 15th overall prospect in the class of 2024. I caught up with Grovetown head coach Darren Douglas to discuss the opportunity these young men have to make a future for themselves on the court and potentially making it to the NBA.
It's extremely valuable to the kids that are playing because, you know, you have NBA scouts here, you have college scouts. It's extremely important for the youth around here, too, to come out and see that it's attainable for them.
Now, it's only the first day, but the stars and the scouts are already out. Future Hall of Famer and Syracuse alum Carmelo Anthony, six-time All-Star Jermaine O'Neal, who's coaching one of these teams, and NBA champion Trevor Ariza are just a few of the players that I've seen so far. Now, when it comes to Darion Reed, he is going to be playing in the next game right at 6 o'clock for Team That, and I'll have the latest on everything Grovetown basketball and Peach Jam later on this evening.
We are rain-free so far out there today, but rain chances do go up by the weekend. A 40% chance we'll keep those highs in the 90s. We'll take another look at your 7-day forecast coming up.
It's Dodge season in Waynesboro.
Choose the exact vehicle you want, and we'll deliver it within 500 miles.
New Challengers and Chargers discounted up to $5,000.
Shop GoodToGoWaynesboro.com to save time and money.
Brakes for Furniture, open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 6.
There's so many options when it comes to choosing a personal injury lawyer.
Some claim to get you big bucks, and some say they never lose. So how do you choose?
We say, at the end of the day, it's not about us. It's about you.
It's about you.
At the Icons Law Firm, we will work to get you the justice you deserve.
It's Ram season. For a limited time in Waynesboro, save up to $10 grand on Ram 2500 diesels.
Shop GoodToGoWaynesboro.com to save time and money.
GoodToGoWaynesboro.com.
Well, take a look at this. Riverbank Zoo in Columbia announcing its newest addition, a Harbor Seal pup. The unnamed pup is doing well, it says, and will remain behind the scenes for a few weeks before making its public debut. Its parents are Riley and Triton, both Harbor Seals at Riverbanks there, and they're going to want to stay inside. It is awfully hot outside to introduce a new pup, Chris.
It certainly is, and just like that, our ratings tripled. You show a baby seal on TV. There are a couple of showers off to the west that will move through the area this evening.